Football season is back, and of course I'm sure you are reinstalling all your bookmaking apps because it's time to go back in and bet again and make profit this season. And of course betting, there are a lot of people that have different strategies, different ways that they approach betting, but I'd like to know your own way of approaching betting. How often do you bet, or how often are you planning to bet this season? Are you changing anything this season, or is it going to be the same?
For me, actually, the betting cycle did not stop because we had the Euros, we had the Olympics, we had Copa America. So I was I was on, and now we are like about to start the new season as well. But my simple strategy for every start of the season is very simple: patience. Because I like to observe, trends, see what clubs are doing, and maybe join in second or third week. So I'll take a little patience and see how things will go.
Me, I like to test in the first few weeks. I use the first few weeks to test. Like I tested this weekend and I won a grand total of 0 sleeps. Ooh. But the knowledge gained, I didn't lose. When I win a bet, I win. When I lose a bet, I didn't lose. I gain knowledge. And that's why I was like,
Word.
So my usual leagues didn't quite work out. My second division German league, third division German league, the goals seem to have dried up. But maybe it's just the early days. That's why we say that you should just be patient and observe and see how the trends are going. But I think that that's fantastic. What leagues are you going to be heavily staking on this season?
Well, aside the obvious most popular league in the world that we all know, don't hate on them. It's the most popular league in the world.
That's League One, right?
Premier League, of course, Bukayo Saka's league, Kai Havertz's league as well. But for me, on a personal level, because I have a lot of knowledge with the Brasileiro, the Serie A in Brazil, and the Swedish league, the Superettan and the Allsvenskan.
I do that one sometimes.
Yeah, so I have knowledge in those leagues, so I think I'll be putting an eye on those leagues, and I'm particularly curious about the Conference League. I'm particularly curious about the Conference League this season because I think there will be lots of value there because we'll be seeing a lot of unknown sides, and we'll be seeing, there's a club like Chelsea will be there. A club like Chelsea. Here's the truth now. A club like Chelsea will be there, and you can play around with several options. So what I'm saying is that because it's not like Champions League where you have a very high ranked side and a very low ranked side playing, but because in quotes most of the sides will be like almost equal so if you feel like regardless of the two odds they are giving both sides, I still feel like this one will win. There's loads of value to be there, so there are really no favorites in quotes.
I think that for me, the leagues that I'm looking at, of course, that Swedish league that you talked about. I explored it a bit last season, and I liked what I saw. Norwegian top division. There are a lot of goals that always come from there. But sometimes it always disappoint me.
Like Vikings and the likes.
And also Iceland.
Those guys.
The odds are always, you can't see 1.5.
They start from over 3.5.
Yes, because they're always goals. So, if it's something that you want to, if you're someone that likes to bet on goals, that's a very, very good place to go. So, those are the kind of leagues I'm going to be looking at. Also, like the lower divisions of like other leagues. But let's also talk about common mistakes that bettors tend to make. Mistakes that they should avoid this season.
I think no one is perfect, so as humans we would obviously make mistakes from time to time. But speaking about betting at the start of every new season, I think the major mistake that most bettors make is betting based on last season's form. Man City ended the season strong. Like they will continue. They will continue from where they left off. It doesn't always work that way. Because things might have happened in the background. Look at a side like Liverpool, for instance. You don't know what to expect with slots. Yes, they've looked quite impressive in preseason, but you really can't. Can't know what to. Look at a side like Chelsea with up to almost 50 players now in their squad. You can't even no Chelsea fan can come out and say, I know my starting lineup.
So in fact, they're even telling us that we should just finish the first match. That their season starts on March 2.
So I feel like a mistake many bettors make is they feel like, oh, it ended well for this side last season, so to carry on. But it's not always like that. You should look at things like transfer activity, current form, style of play, change in management, and players they've brought in and stuff like that. If you look at a team like Real Madrid, for instance, that they've been scoring goals normally, and then they add someone like Mbappe. You already divided another 30 plus goals into their squad, so you can just
also the dynamics will change.
So you can just make your your decisions based on that.
I'll talk about the one that people like to do a lot. When you just lose.
And you want to,
make your money back, so you just lose more. That's like the biggest mistake that people make. When you lose, you just take the L. I can't forget this one time that I had this game running. I was going to win like 100k from like 1,000 naira, and it was a very, very easy bet. I just threw a bet. I just said, okay, let me just do this, and it was going. And I needed one more goal for the final game. It was Roma. I needed one more goal. I was watching the game. They kept missing chances, and it was like the 3rd minute of added time. Yeah. So I just cashed out. The cash out was like 9,000, so I just cashed out.
And they scored. Don't tell me they scored.
Lukaku scored right after I cashed out. The last kick of the game, Lukaku now went out, scored. Someone had missing chances. I was so upset. I wanted to carry that 9k and just throw it back and get that money, because there was that sense, that feeling that I just lost. But you have to always think about the fact that you used 1,000 naira and made 9,000.
Okay. Less.
You did not lose 100,000. You gained 8,000. So don't go back in and bet again and do all of that. But anyway, I'm sure that a lot of people know this. It's just having to being able to keep your emotions in check and make sure that you're not betting emotionally, you're not reacting emotionally, because remember, you have to bet safely and responsibly, and that's something that we always preach. But also, based on preseason so far, what teams or players or leagues do you think that people should look out for ahead of the new season?
Of course, the Premier League you cannot overlook the Premier League. If there's one thing I've noticed when Premier League sides played against teams from other league in preseason results is that there were over 2.5 goals in most of those games, and both teams also scored as well. So I don't know how it is going to happen, but this season you can expect a lot of goals. Last season broke the record for the most goals scored in a single Premier League season. I think we can even see another record broken, or if not, almost as good as last season. So we'll see a lot of goals. I also think with each coming season, the difference in quality is still there, but it's reducing. It's reducing. So it's not one of those seasons where you say, even if you are playing a Wolves and you're sure you beat them, but they have someone that can punish you, that can score a goal as well. So true. I think we'll also see a lot of both teams scoring as well. Then I'm also particularly curious about the League One, because I'm curious to know who would win. I don't think PSG are favorites anymore. Frankly speaking, they are favorites. Yes, they are favorites, but I don't think it is as straightforward as everyone thinks.
I said it that once they sell Mbappe, they are not winning the league.
I don't think it is as straightforward as it should be anymore. So I think there's a lot of we are not going to be seeing. There's an opportunity there, because we'll not be seeing those in favourite that they will just give PSG straight up like that. So
PSG's odds are actually going to be higher now.
So I think there's room to use more strategy there as well. And like I mentioned, for the La Liga, I'll be using the under market. I'll be using the under market.
They don't really like goals. But last season, goals started to come
towards the end of the season. There was a game I carried. I was so sure it was my last. Almost, I think towards the last 2 games of the season, I carried Atletico under. It was a live game under 6.5. I think they ended 7. This guy scored a hat-trick.
Yeah, that time when they were fighting for top scorer,
they won that game 7-0. I was like, what's going on here? La Liga, in a La Liga game, 7 goals. So these are the one-offs here. But I'm looking forward to the League One, EPL, the Spanish League. And in terms of players, of course, shot on target from my bed builder, you have to look at Kai Havertz. You cannot overlook Kai Havertz in anything you see. You have to think about Kai Havertz. I mean, also, I think Arsenal will get a lot of clean sheets based on what I've seen in preseason so far. Based on what I've seen, I think they'll get a lot of clean sheets.
You're not looking at the Saudi league.
What am I looking at there? What's going on?
Ronaldo shots on target.
Oh, that's true. That guy takes.
But Ronaldo will just keep shooting.
Will keep shooting.
Right, and Neymar is coming back. He's back, in fact. So, Al Hilal, a team that someone can, you can just explore that option as well.
A new market, actually, like away from football, I'll be going for Steph Curry, number of 3-pointers.
3-pointers, yeah. But the basketball season doesn't start.
Yeah.
The NBA season
doesn't start anytime.
Like October or so.
Yeah.
So that's still to come anyway.
Yep.
But for now, for me, La Liga, I will not be betting on my team. I will advise you, look me in the eye. Do not bet on Valencia, any Valencia game. Don't come and meet me on Twitter and be telling me that, why is your club not scoring? Even me that I'm a fan, I don't bet on Valencia. So please don't do that. But anyway, that's all we have to take today. Just make sure that you are tuned in to this station. And you follow us, subscribe, like, and just pay attention as we go over the season. We're going to be here with you all through the season. Remember to also visit www.bettingexpert.com for tips, insights, articles, and everything you need really to guide your betting. But for now, from us, thank you for joining us, and let us know what you think in the comments.